Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another night of the Mancha Royale. I'm your host, Prima, and today we are here for the grand finals. I hope all of you are as excited as we are. For your most used character, we have ROBUX, who still remains very powerful despite the various nerfs that she's had. And for our least used character, obviously, it's Royale, and unfortunately, Royale isn't anywhere in the top 3. And for our main character, we have none other than Lucio, due to how powerful this clashes were back then. And now it's time for your brackets in the grand final, starting off with the Battle for Bird, which will be taking place between Joji LL and Steve, otherwise known as Gojo Satoru, and 382456. Gojo, now with the knowledge that he needs 2 wrap rests and needs to fix his ship block before entering Ego, will be able to perform better. Well, we're running out tonight. And for our championship, we will be having Median versus Azrax. Median over here with the title of the championship contender, and Azrax over here being one of the underdogs that prevented Median from gaining his perfect kill win streak. So, will we be seeing the championship contender remain, or will we see Azrax knock him out of the tournament? Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry for the microphone issues that we're having right now. Unfortunately, if I want to fix this, I have to restart the stream. Anyways, with me are Silent and Student. So Silent, can you say hi to the camera? And so can you, Student?
Hello.
Greetings, everybody. I am here once again.
And I am here also.
So today we are here. We are about to witness the fight between, Gojo and Create. And then we also have the fight between Median and Azrax. So who do you think will win? Well, let's start first with the battle for third, right? Who do you think will win between Gojo and Create? What are you guys' bets on?
Gojo. I fully believe Gojo is going to win this one. It's just that now he actually knows that he needs 2 Wrath Resonance, and it's going skill 3 is a counter skill. He's going to be using it way more than just saving it just for a stagger.
How about you, Silent? Who do you think will win?
I do believe that Gojo will have the upper advantage, definitely, considering, once again, he has the knowledge to actually activate Ego now, meaning that he needs to activate 2 Wrath Res in order to get it doing, right? It's no doubt. But I believe that Router also has some chances due to him playing Cidion, which has some quite great movement, and if you can play her right, you can definitely pressure the opponent enough to actually output massive amounts of damage. So Gojo has really good chances, but so does Create or Router. I think it will be quite an interesting match to witness nonetheless.
Yeah, I believe so too. Honestly, although people are rooting for Gojo right now, considering the fact that, in terms of statistics, Gojo really has the highest amount of kill count between the two of them. But, we never know what can happen, because yesterday, Median, despite being the championship contender, almost lost to Gojo, and Gojo was sort of held back by the error in using M2. So, do you think we should... How about, let's go over to the championship. Who do you think will win between Median and Azrax, honestly?
Oh, that's quite difficult, honestly. From what I know, Azrax has really swept through bracket beta, and also was the only person to actually give some trouble to Median, ruining his perfect win streak. Plus, they have better defense against people. So, considering that Median has better movement and Azrax has better defense, it'll be quite interesting to see if Azrax can put up a fight against Median and maybe even win against Median and secure the win for the championship.
I agree with Silent in this situation when it comes to him as well. Whoever has the superior movement is going to be Median, but whoever has the really good defense can really change the whole entire fight in its entirety. So we're going to have to see it there, because when they're both playing Regret Faust, they're both going to stack up a lot of self-tremor potency, which means it's going to be really high tremor. So at the same time, I think whoever staggers first is going to lose.
That's actually quite true. That's actually quite true. The self-tremor right now will be one of their greatest problems, but can also be one of their greatest tools. As we saw yesterday, Median really has some good movement, especially with this usage of M2s, in order to start a really long call that can really damage his opponent. But it will be able to, if he will be able to do it against Azrax, considering that Azrax, as we have repeated over and over again, is the one who prevented Median from getting his perfect win streak. So will we see Azrax stop Median from gaining the championship title, or will Median finally adapt to Azrax? So, do you guys think we should start already?
I do.
All right, I'll be passing over the mic to the both of you, as we will be starting first with the battle for third between Gojo Satoru and Kraid.
So, Silent, do you want to do the countdown, or?
Yeah, sure. Give me the honors now. All right. So 3, 2, 1, go! Begin! Alright, so once again, go just popping with the guard to get 10 shield, which is a pretty good move, bold move. But for now, Kraid has also gotten a Clashful Guard in on himself, and go just get 10 SP additionally.
Yeah, with the Clashful Guard, Gojo's not going to be able to do skill 1, because the Clashful Guard's like a demon when it comes to skill 1. I feel like I always lose when it comes to that. Ooh!
Oh, that was a really bold move. And a really bold move, but unfortunately, Kraid actually was the clash. And Kraid's on top of that, dealing some decent damage. Kraid decides to gain some SP and has the Clashful Guard on him, but Gojo is obviously Gojo. He decides to back away from that. Kraid landed a skill 2 against that. Evil combo, skill 1 and skill 2. So far, it seems that Kraid has an SP advantage over Gojo, but we'll see if that changes.
Oh! Ooh, another good skill 3 on him. Damn. But Gojo's still got a health advantage over him. So maybe if he could just do unopposed attacks, he could win this.
So far, it seems that Kraid has an SP advantage with the addition of a bunch of poise and the Clashable Guard on him, meaning that Gojo doesn't really have a chance to use any skills during the moment. So far, Gojo has gained enough SP, and despite the chances, he did not master skill 1, and he manifests the ego!
Ego!
Okay, now Kraid is a bigger disadvantage than Gojo is. And yeah, that marks it at the end. Gojo used the skill 3, wins the clash, and kills Kraid, securing the win for round 1 of Gojo versus Kraid. And once again, the same start as before. Kraid has put on his Clashable Guard, and Gojo just put on his shield. That was a good counter winner around the opponent.
Currently, Gojo's going to focus. Oh, never mind. I was going to say he's going to start focusing more on the Sandy game, but he was able to use skill 1 because his Clashable Guard went out just at that time.
Gojo is so far having the SP advantage, which is really good for Gojo himself. And he has landed the skill 1 against him as well. It seems like Kraid is completely pressured by the movement and the attacks that Gojo is inflicting. Having at this point a bunch of burn, and this seems to be a sweep as Gojo. Oh! Bad decision, Kraid. Once again ending the fight off with the same move that ended the first fight. Let's not forget though, Gojo only needs one more match to win this round, but Kraid needs 3 matches in order to win this over. So let's see if Kraid does indeed lock in and actually secure the win for this round. Once again, same thing as before. Not really gonna comment on that. The Gojo seems to be immediately on the offensive going against Kraid. He has gained some speed, but so has Kraid.
Seems like that currently Kraid has a Sandy advantage, but at the same time, they're both equal in that.
They were at a good neutral for a good while, but Gojo combo broke out over Gojo's No, that was Create. Oh, okay. They landed the skill too. Alright. Not bad. And Create lands the skill 1 against Gojo. Alright, so far they're back into neutral, and Create uses the Clashable Guard. This definitely makes it to have less opportunities for Gojo to clash. And Create uses the skill 2 against them, landing some good damage and the Death Right needed for the stun. That was a really good bait of the skill for Create. But unfortunately, he was the skill through it, as he was not close enough to Gojo. He combo breaks, and both of them are the same SP currently. They're both at a decent neutral. Gojo puts him into a wall with his skill 2, and Gojo gains 10 SP. Again, Clashable Guard, meaning that he's unable to use any skills during that time. And Gojo lands a skill 3 against Create. That was a bad whiff on Create's side. And Gojo manifests Ego. This is already over. And there
Maybe
is
we can
no chance
miraculously
for
dodge
Create.
it. Oh!
Oh shit, okay, not bad, not bad. Create is able to weave his way through the skill 3 like a true snake. And he whips the skill 2 once again of Gojo. Hold on, he may have a chance. Oh no! Oh! Gojo secures the win for round 3 of his
Wow.
What a match.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Honestly, if Create was able to land that skill 3 against Gojo, he could have actually won. But unfortunately, he was unable to land it.
No, yeah, I agree. If he had a bit of a better defense against Gojo, I think he fully been able to hold up a lot more. It was very proven, especially during that. That was awesome when he went around that skill 3 too. But
yeah, I gotta say, those were really good matches, even though it was definitely seen that Gojo was dominating over the guy. But Create was doing some crazy movement as well, considering it was a CD on. Because of her like little movements that she does on the M1s and the skills themselves. I think that was really good nonetheless. If maybe the guy was able to put off more attacks, played more aggressively towards Gojo, maybe Create would have secured a win or two. Or maybe could have even won the entire match.
And that's it for the battle for third, with Gojo Satoru faking third place. And unfortunately, Create will be ending his LMR run with only 4th place. But still, congratulations to him. Let's give him a round of applause in the chat. And Silent, let's clap, even though I have a terrible mic right now. Come on, students, let's give them a good clap. And now it's time for the moment that everyone has been waiting for. The battle between the championship contender and one of LMR's underdogs. It is now officially time for the championship. And over here on this side, we have the championship contender himself, Median, using Regret Faust. And on the other side is the man who robbed him of a perfect win streak, Azrax, also using Regret Faust. Let us not stall for any longer. And in 3, 2, 1, fight! So right now, Median, he still needs to adapt to Azrax, considering that they haven't fought each other properly in this map for a while. And, as we saw yesterday, Median knows how to adapt, but the question is, will he be able to adapt against Azrax today? Azrax gets flung into the wall, uses his S2, but whips. Median goes in to take the opportunity and get 10 SP for himself, lands his S2, but gets blocked, but Azrax is still unable to do anything. Both of them get 6 SP each, and another 6 SP, and Azrax is up to 32 SP. Azrax lands his M1, goes into a combo, but does not proceed to any skill as he just used all of his skills. Azrax uses his S2. Azrax whiffs his counter, combo breaks out of Median's S1. Azrax whiffs his S3. Median tries to go in, but gets hit by Azrax's S1. Median whiffs his S2. Both of them are whiffing consistently right now. What is going on in their heads, I imagine? Azrax whiffs his S2, and then Median goes in for the kill with an S1. And then gets 10 SP, but still not enough to close the SP advantage. Median tries to start with his M2 combo, whiffs a counter for some reason. Azrax punishes with an S1, tries to go into 2 M1s. Median combo breaks and uses S2, but whiffs again! Azrax hits his S2, both of them back into neutral again. Azrax tries to go in with an M2, but it is too far to reach Median. Median and Azrax currently in this... Oops, it seems like Azrax trying to go in with an S1. Hits an M2, goes into another skill, lands his counter, bringing Median down to 59 HP, goes into a clash. Will Azrax win, or will Median get staggered? Currently in a tie, 7, 8, 9. Median wins the clash, saving himself from getting staggered, but any wrong move right now will get him staggered and will unfortunately hand the match to Azrax. Median blocks, but still not enough. Azrax hits his S3 and kills Median and takes his first win for the championship. And now we are going back to reset, and let's wait for them to return to the arena. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. This is awesome, Median says. Well, data collected. Will he be able to adapt in this round? Well, let's find out in 3, 2, 1. Both of them still in neutral. Median taking the... Azrax lands a counter, but backs away, does not decide to chain into a combo, whiffs his M2, but hits his M1, but gets combo broken in the midst of his S1. Both of them clash. Median tries to win, but loses to Azrax's S2. Azrax is up 10 SP. Azrax gets blocked, but still hits another of his skill. Median lands a counter. Azrax hits his S1. Azrax is up 32 SP, while Median still has 0 SP. Perfect blocks. Azrax whiffs his S2. Azrax whiffs his counter, and Median goes in with an S1, tries to hit with an M2, but fails his combo as Azrax combo breaks out of it. Azrax tries to hit with an S1, but whiffs and gives Median 10 SP for the take. Azrax whiffs his S3, is down 15 SP, down to 23 SP. Median hits his S1, hits his S2. Will he be proceeding into another combo? But unfortunately, Azrax activates his counter. Both of them gain 6 SP. Median goes into the wall with his S3 for some reason, losing himself 15 SP. Azrax hits his S2, but whiffs. And then Median tries to go in with another M2 combo, but backs away, seeing as he will be punished if he decides to continue with it. Perfect blocks, but Azrax hits his S1, hits 3 M1s and gains himself full SP, having the SP advantage compared to Median. Median still down in SP and still has the health disadvantage as Median still has 20 more HP points, but Median tries to close the HP points but gets combo broken. Azrax goes into an S1. Both of them face each other. Median hits his S2, gets perfect blocked. Hits a counter against Azrax. Both of them now neck and neck when it comes to health, but SP-wise, Azrax still has the advantage. A few more hits, and either one of them can get staggered right now. It could be anyone's game right now, but it seems like it's shifting towards Azrax. Both of them still in neutral, trying to find any way to go through each other's defense. Still stuck in neutral. Median trying to stall. Too wary of his stagger. Hits his S1. Proceeds into an S2. Will he stagger Azrax? One more hit and gets perfect block. Azrax whiffs his S1. Gets hit with the S2. And Median is few more hits away from... And Azrax takes his second win for the championship. And is one more win away from claiming the championship. Median right now needs to lock in order to defend his title as the championship contender and is currently facing a 2-win deficit, unlike Azrax, who can be a little bit complacent, requiring only one more win to crown himself as the new champion of Asia. Let us find out if Azrax will be closing La Mancha Royale 2026 tonight. In 3, 2, 1, let's fight! Azrax tries to go in for the kill, but misses both of his M2s, but still can manage to land an M1 combo, but so too does Median. Right now, Median still has the health advantage, tries to use an M1, but gets combo broken. Median wins his S2 clash and gets enough SP, but Azrax hits back with his S2. Both of them try to hit each other with M2. Median wins and goes in for a combo, but gets blocked and hits a counter against Azrax. Currently, Azrax is bound to get staggered should Median decide to use S3, but that would be a really dumb and stupid decision right now. Azrax tries to go in for the combo. And then Median still has the SP advantage, unlike in the previous rounds where Azrax consistently had the SP advantage. Punishes Azrax for the failed counter, but Azrax pushes back with his S1, hits Median with an S2. But still, Median has the SP advantage. He should find any way to make use of it. Whips his S2 on the second coin. But still, both of them are back into neutral. None of them willing to go offensive. Azrax hits an S1, but gets combo broken by Median. Hits his S3, but gets countered. Right now, Median is down HP compared to Azrax. Median gets block broken, and it gets staggered. Will this championship end? And Median, unfortunately, gets knocked out of the championship. And Azrax, congratulations! You are the new La Mancha Royale champion! Okay.
Holy shit.
Yo,
That was great.
그림자를 줬던 나날들 남은 건 허망한 기억 불길이 나를 태운 것처럼.
And now let's hear from the champion himself, Azrax. How are you feeling tonight? How are you feeling that you are now the new Asia champion? How does it feel that you prevented the championship contender from claiming the championship? How does it feel? Let's look at that cat face. Oh my god. How does it feel, Azrax? How does it feel? Well, it seems like they're still typing, so let's wait for whatever message they have. But are they speaking? Alright, with an emote. How are you feeling tonight? How are you feeling with an emote? Show us. I think they're a bit shocked right now. And they're a bit excited that they're the new champion. So congratulations, Azrax. You have officially won 2,500 Robux. 1 week use of either Kiryu or the Red Mist. And a special role that will be given to you in the Discord server and in a future update. Congratulations once again. Congratulations. Let's give him a round of applause. So, Silent and Student, how is it? How was it?
How was the fight?
Yeah, how was the fight?
I have to say, I was wondering as well why they were constantly whipping their skill 2s and skill 3s. For skill 2s, I have no real clue as to why they did that. Maybe to not try get caught off guard or get blocked and then clash with the skill 3, for example. But with the skill 3, I could kind of see the vision. I'm not really sure myself, but personally, I believe they were doing that just to get rid of the tremor potency on themselves. While they were getting rid of the conditionals that will make the skill 3 actually viable, I feel like having yourself not have that much tremor potency just so you don't get staggered later by the skill 3 because they were able to land it was a good move. I feel like Azrax actually played that extremely well against Median. Median had some insane amounts of pressure on him, and that could be seen through his moves. He constantly was whiffing, he constantly wasn't landing his moves right. It seemed like he was also trying to bait so he could have an opportunity, but Azrax was not taking any of it. So, yeah, I believe Azrax played that really well and really got on Median's nerves. Therefore, that's why Azrax won the fight.
How about you, Student? How about you, Student?
Tar, I was looking more towards fundamentals when it came to both of them. Not to say that neither of them don't have good fundamentals, but to say that who had the edge over the fundamentals. I'm trying to think of the ones that I usually go with movement, defense, and then pressure. I think Azrax had better pressure when it came to
he definitely had better pressure.
But the movement of Median was also really helping. It's one of the reasons why he stood a really good chance, but I just feel like he couldn't have as much pressure as Azrax did. He was... I feel like nearly every single time he was just on him rather than like a bit further away. I felt like the neutral wasn't really there when it came to it. I never really saw more than like 5 seconds of neutral. I just felt like Azrax was like a rabid dog going right for the heels.
Yeah. There were some opportunities where Median could have, shifted the tides, but for some reason, like in that one situation where both of them were in the wall, both of their S2s miss against each other, and if that landed for Median, that could have honestly been a turning point since they were very close to stagger at that point. Azrax was very close to stagger, but you know, what happens, and yeah, Median unfortunately lost. So that, I guess, officially marks the end of La Mancha Royale Asia. So do you have any final words for our audience before we end the stream for tonight? Silent?
Me personally, like if I have to say, it's been like quite an honor to shoutcast over some of these matches. I feel like it was really good to be on screen and actually describe the situation going ahead. I kind of love having that tension on the screen. The matches were really good themselves. The players did really well against each other, and like being able to actually sort of do my input on how they played and maybe even criticize how they played, so they could probably improve and watch that later. To see if they improved. I feel like that's just the greatest honor for me in general, and I feel like that's the greatest honor for anyone to be on screen and be able to sort of paint the picture for everybody else, the details or whatnot. It was really cool.
Yeah. Do you have any final words, student?
I do. I'm very glad I was able to actually have this, chance to come out and be the shoutcaster for everybody, because this is awesome. Personally, I'm very glad that we were able to host all of this and have such an amazing cast of players. Seriously, this is one of the coolest things I think I've seen when it came to all the fights that we had the pleasure of streaming. I feel like were always consistent. And we can't forget about the smoke alarm, so.
Yeah, bro, your smoke alarms. Get that fixed, bro. Oh my god.
Dude, I'll rip down the wall. Don't worry, guys. You won't hear that next round.
Alright. So we will be seeing you all again for August. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. In August, we will be having the return of Europe. This August 2026, we will be having once again La Mancha Royale Europe. Will we be seeing another mid-dawn nerf, or will we be seeing a Kim Salt win again, or will it be another character? Thank you once again for tuning in to La Mancha Royale. This has been Zen Prima, Silent, and Student. Thank you for watching, and then once again, your 2026 Asia champion is Azrax.
그림자를 줬던 나날들 남은 건 허망한 기억 불길이